So let's talk about killing this nice guy energy. If you're the type of guy who has this habits of saying yes to everybody's demands, where you have a hard time saying no, and if you do say no, you end up apologizing for missing something because you feel bad about it and you can't just get over the fact that you're just not available for everyone. You actually have a purpose. You've got things you got to take care of. Well, the thing is, being a nice guy, you know the saying, nice guys do finish last. And you might find yourself in situations where you might be talking to women and you might have a great relationship, but you never get past the friend zone because you don't share what's on your mind. You don't share your intentions with them. You're not being intentional with the relationship. You're just keeping it where it needs to be. And that's hard to deal with because you want to move forward, but you got this energy. I believe a big part of it is our upbringing. What do I mean by that? So if our father in our life was absent emotionally and physically, and he wasn't around to establish a male presence, but you were around your mom more often, you had these female tendencies that were developed. The problem is you didn't develop enough male tendencies where you learned how to take care of yourself as a man, where you learn how to be independent and do manly things and be around strong men. And the gap there becomes a bigger problem as you get older because now you have these female tendencies where I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, you're kind, you're sensitive, you're nice to people, and you are understanding. Those are all great things, but the issue is you don't know how to be stern enough. You don't know how to speak your mind enough. You don't know how to stand up for yourself without feeling like you're a jerk. And that could be a proper imbalance. I want to give you a couple of examples here. They're fictional characters, but it's going to make sense. Peter Parker and Bruce Wayne. So I know these are extreme examples in a sense, but it's going to make sense. So Peter Parker, for example, he's Spider-Man, right? And every time, Mary Jane or Felicia Hardy wanted to get together with him, he would always leave early to go save people, and they would get really upset with him. Now, I'm not suggesting you are unavailable 24/7 to women. Don't do that. No, that's the extreme part. But notice this: they were very curious about him. He was a mystery to them. Why? Because he was not always saying yes to them. He wasn't this super nice guy like, I want to, I'll just do this one time, but he had a purpose. See, he prioritized his purpose and he realized like if I don't serve my purpose, I'm going to be miserable and I'm going to feel very guilty and I'm going to feel like I've let the world down. Bruce Wayne, another example, he would not always, look to please women. He was always about his business. He was about, the Bruce Wayne legacy. He was about Batman, and he wanted to make sure that he was, saving people. And if they neglected their responsibilities, well, guess what? The world goes crashing down. So again, think of it that way. Like you got to prioritize your purpose. Now, obviously, these are extreme examples. They didn't have a lot of success with women because they were always unavailable most of the time. But think of it in a way of, okay, I got to prioritize my purpose first. If I'm not available to hang out with you tonight, don't take it personal. I have a purpose in life. I got to prioritize that. And if I don't, I'm not fulfilled, right? And again, like we can hang out another time. There's nothing wrong with that. So you got to think of it that way. The Bruce Wayne Peter Parker example, even though it might seem extreme, but think about how many women were curious about them. How they're like, man, they're never around, and they would wonder what they're up to. You see, when you're not always available, you're a mystery. When you're not always saying yes to every request, people wonder about you. And it could be a good thing because you don't need to be available 24/7. Part of the reasons why men struggle with moving on from this mentality is the fear of being labeled as a jerk. You're not a jerk for getting better as a man. You're not a mean guy because you want to improve your life. It's okay to just back off and give yourself some boundaries from people, even in relationships. That's perfectly understandable. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. There's nothing wrong with saying no. So if you're afraid of these labels of being a guy who is insensitive, a jerk, don't worry about that. Focus on just being a good, solid guy. You can do that without being too nice, right? You can be stern. You can stand up for yourself. You can have those boundaries established, and you can make sure that you're fulfilling your purpose while being sensitive when you need to be, kind, and understanding. You can do all those things and still not be labeled a jerk. If people label you that way, they just don't know you personally. Just don't let it get under your skin. Now, a nice guy doesn't share his feelings, doesn't share his true intentions, and that can bother people. If you're looking to kill that energy, you can do that and still not be a jerk. It's very possible. So, if you're looking to kill the nice guy syndrome, the most important thing you got to stop doing is giving up something that's important to you in order to gain something else. So, what do I mean by that statement? Well, what nice guys tend to do is they give up things they value in order to please another party. So let me give you an example. Let's just say you love playing the drums. You've got a couple of students that you meet up with on a Friday night. You're not available for other people. You've been working with them the past 3 months, and you have a really good friend of yours who wants to hang out with you. And they say, let's hang out on Friday night. This is when I'm available. Let's do it. And you're going, well, I got these lessons and I really love playing the drums. This is my passion. They know it's my passion. And you decide, you know what? I'm going to go hang out with my friend because we haven't seen each other in 3 months. And you neglect to work on your relationship with your students. And the problem there is you're giving up something that's important. You're giving up, first of all, you're getting paid for this. That's one thing. You're giving up more experience to become a better teacher. And you're just neglecting your responsibilities and your passion, all to hang out with your friend because you're in your mind, you're thinking, if I don't hang out with them, they might not want to be friends with me again. That's what nice guys do. But what you need to be doing is saying, okay, I'm not available. Let's schedule a time for Saturday or Sunday, or how about next week? I'm just not available at this particular time on Friday. And that's how you want to go about killing that nice guy energy. If you have somewhere to be, if you've got something you need to work on, say no. Because if you give up things that are important to you, you're going to be miserable. You're not going to like yourself and you're going to regret it down the road. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Love to hear your thoughts on how you've been able to kill off the nice guy energy. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, go check out my other video where I talk about the 3 traits that women find most attractive in a man. And I'll catch you in the next one.